Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Spirit Fingers. Okay, so I just finished filming October and I literally just closed the book so I could film November. So I'm wondering maybe I should put like a picture here to show like, I don't know, some quote or something. Anyway, this is November, so I've already started. Today's the 12th, so it's been a few days. And I finally broke down some of my categories here. The ones that are a little messy to read is, hold on, where's my marker? No, the wrong color. Well, anyway, it's basically, so personal is going to be this like funky orange color, and then utility is going to be the more yellowy color. I didn't realize how bland my colors were until after I started using them, and I thought, wow, I wanted them all to be so different that they ended up being exactly the same. So like this color, for example, this I'm using as my personal, like anything that I'm considering a personal category. And then this one is going to be utilities, and this one is miscellaneous, and this one is income. Like, look at this, they're all basically the same hue. And then this one I'm using as ATM because I rarely go to the ATM, so I figure I should make it pretty obvious that I'm bringing cash out. And debt is in pink because I wanted it to be very obvious. This is my entertainment category, and holidays, even though they happen fairly often, I also wanted it to be very obvious. So it's in this like gold brown color. And then savings is going to be in this blue color, like a rainy blue. Because I was thinking like rainy day, but basically like these colors could probably go like, what is it, like this? I don't know, something like this, I bet. They're pretty boring colors on seeing them out like this right now, but that's what made sense in my head. So maybe I'll change them for the new year, but for right now, this is the color scheme that I'm going to be using. And then, so my fixed expenses, I have my death wish. I decided to like, so here I'm writing the category, here's the date, here's the actual expense. And I decided this month to change my cell phone plan. So first I had it on the side because cell phone is my utility, but just because it's a utility doesn't mean it's a fixed expense, especially when I made the decision after my budget was made. So I decided to include it on my variable expenses because it was completely unplanned in terms of finances. I do still have gas and like other stuff that I was thinking about. I also realized that I should probably just include all my categories here anyway. I don't have personal listed here. I should, right? Personal. Which is orange. Okay. And I don't have anything budgeted for this month. And I totally lost my train of thought. So Mint Mobile, I was paying with Sprint about $77 a month. It's like 76 and 17 cents, something like that. And I've realized that I'm basically paying for unlimited data, phone, minutes, text, pictures, and a 50 gig hotspot. I use maybe a gig or two every 6 or 7 months. So why am I paying for a hotspot that I'm not actually using? And like, it was just part of the plan. So I just kept it that way. And now that Sprint's being bought out by T-Mobile, or has been bought out by T-Mobile, I don't really see the reason for staying with Sprint when basically all the towers are changing anyway or not changing. I don't really understand that process, but the phone plan that I've been with for the past or more than 10 years at this point, I don't see like the brand loyalty part, and I've always been very brand loyal, and I don't see the reason to stay with a brand that isn't going to do anything for me. So rather than pour my money into them, I figure I will take my money somewhere else. So with Mint Mobile, they have an introductory offer of $30 a month for unlimited data. Basically the exact same plan I had with Sprint, except it's deprioritized, and I don't have a 50 gig hotspot. I think it's like one, maybe. Like it's such a small amount that it's not even there. I don't even think it's a full gig actually, but it doesn't matter because I'm probably not going to use it that often anyway. And yeah, so it's fine. So I decided my goal is going to be to try and save for the Mint Mobile year plan, because for a year with taxes, it's going to be $383. I did find out with my Chase card that I can take that payment, anything that's over $100, and like split it up over a certain amount of months. So I may take it and try and split it over a few different months so that I don't incur too much interest on it. I think they charge like $1 a month, which is fine. It's totally fine. So we'll see how this month goes and see if I decide to do something like that when I get charged the $383 in February. So all of that to explain my variable expenses. I also purchased a 5 gigabyte hard drive, external hard drive, because I need to get a new computer, but first I want to back up the computer that I have in case I end up cannibalizing it to use it for any like pieces for the new computer. So now all of my information is backed up, so that's good. So I won't lose any like pictures or memories or videos that I've had like over the past 10 years. And for my debt, I budgeted $500 for my Chase card because I'm putting so much money on it right now. And my rewards card, I'm just budgeting the $50 for my allergist. My Barclay card was just originally going to be the $211 for my minimum payment, but I ended up paying the $365 to just pay it off completely. And now I have my Discover card. So for Discover, I'm budgeting $160 right now. I wasn't sure what the total was going to be. It's actually $153. So I already paid that amount because the statement went through on the 8th. But I do want to try and pay a little bit more towards it anyway. My interest rate is going to be 4.99% for the first 15 months. And then after that, it's going to jump to 15.99 or 16.99, something like that. But it's not going to be the $19.99 that it was or the $29.99 that it was at one point with Barclay. And I'm so happy because that was crazy. It was just so much. I was paying over $100 a month on interest. It was so much money. So I'm very grateful that I'm not going to have that anymore. I'm never going to have a card like that again. It just wasn't worth it for me. I really like my Chase card. Discover's been really good to me. So I'm definitely going to end up keeping a card, or even just both of those, or the two Chase cards that I have in the Discover card. But I'm going to make sure that the payments are split in such a way that, like, if I get 5% back on gas on this card, then that's my gas card for the month, basically. So I'm definitely not against credit cards, but I want to make sure that if I am going to be using them, especially when I'm debt-free, that I'm using them wisely and budgeting for them. So my savings, since I didn't save anything for last month or the months prior for these categories, I have them as times 5. So my total right now is 385, and I'm including the Mint Mobile as like my other savings. For my monthly calendar, I so far have 8 days of of no spend days. I'm not including my planned expenses as spending because these are planned. So if I don't spend any money today will be day 9 of no spend. So that's how I'm doing that part. And I guess that's it. Death Wish is actually coming out on the 28th, I think. I wrote the 29th just to put a number down, but it's actually coming out on the 28th. For my Barclay card, so just so you can see my breakdown for it, my balance was $365.37 after I took the $7,600 and put that on my Discover card as part of the balance transfer. So my minimum payment gave me a balance of $154.12 minus my annual fee of $99 gave me $55.12, and I found out I had $55.12 just kind of hanging out in my sinking fund account. So I took that money so I could put it all on the bill pay account. So when my statement went through on the 13th, technically the 8th, and it comes out on the 13th, even though I didn't get a statement, they don't give statements for $0 balances apparently. So I don't have anything in writing that says a $0 balance for the statement, but I do have basically the confirmation that once my account hits 0, the account will be closed and I'll only have access to it for the next 6 months in case there's like a statement that I need a copy of or something, and that's fine. I figure by the time I finish my taxes, I shouldn't need the account anyway, so when it officially closes, it'll just be done. For my bill pay account, I'm only going to, not that I'm only, anything that comes out of this account, basically, and my credit union if I end up using it, but anything that comes out of this account is what's going on my expense tracker for this total expenses section down here. Because I think what I've been doing over the year basically is double counting things, where I'm counting it here, but I'm also counting the stuff that comes here, so I might be counting the same $50 twice or something like that. So for the month of November, I'm only going to include this as part of my expenses, and hopefully that should make it easier on my brain to understand where this money is coming from or coming out of. For my Chase Freedom card, I started with a negative balance of $272, so that's what is coming in as part of my October balance for my debt. For my, here's my Mint Mobile. I had to get gas. I got the computer part. So bad. I went to Starbucks, got car insurance, paid for my car insurance. And here I'm putting it, what kind of an expense was it? So this was fixed. And then what I'm doing is I'm taking these numbers, I'm adding them all up, and I'm putting them here on my bill pay account. No, on my actual expense tracker. So, or my weekly tracker, that is. So this is only information from my bill pay account, what my totals are, and whatever the balance is here is what amount is going to go here. And then I still have to finish filling parts of these in, which is fine. And then on the back, I realized I still have to track what's coming out of my credit card. So it's only going to be fixed payments, debt payments, like what is the positive that's going into the account, and anything that's a variable payment, so, or variable expense. So for variable, so I have my incoming debt of negative $272 plus all of my variable expenses gives me $536. And then bringing that down, so it's going to be minus $536. And this week I put $70 for my car insurance, and then anything else that goes on, and then it'll just move down as the month continues, basically. So here, 77, that's my Sprint. And then fixed is my $16 for my Death Wish account plus any other transactions that take place. For my multiple, I do have more than those two accounts. So, and I think I put cash. Yeah, I put cash, 60 bucks. So for my multiple accounts, I decided that I still need to track them. So here I'm writing what the account is. I'm giving myself about 3 lines to write stuff in if I need to. So like, so this is my Chase Rewards card, for example. My allergist was $50 and then I paid $50, so I'm back at 0. My Discover card, oh, so like this one I can write, I paid $153. Oh, but there's also interest that came out. So this should actually go down here. This was interest, fee, let's call it, so I know, and this is debt payment. And this is like, I think it was $29.14. I'll figure out what this math is, but that's how I'm going to be doing this part. This was Discover, and this was Ally. Barclay comes out to 0. My credit union has $51. And then for my sinking funds, this is how I'm tracking these amounts that come out of it. Because usually it's just like 1 or 2 transactions, and I don't want to use a whole page for 2 lines, basically. I have extra pages just in case I need them. If I don't, I'll just push them to next year. And then here for my Where Did My Money Go breakdown, this is like the beautiful, clean, pretty breakdown, basically. So this is what I'm budgeting for the month for all of these categories. And then once the month is complete, it'll be a nice, clean, color-coded picture, basically. Same for my savings versus debt and my last month versus this month. So I need to categorize what October was so that way I can make this look pretty for the month. And then December. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of it, what you think of like my new color coding scheme. If you have any opinions on it, I'd love to hear it. Or if you have any like advice or things that I should try and change or update for this month or look forward to next month, let me know and I will see you in the next video. Bye.